Hey preppers, welcome to the channel. I received some news. It was actually a comment from one of our viewers, and when I researched this, holy cow, some serious, scary stuff going on, and I had to show you. First, I didn't believe it, but here it is. Have you ever heard about bioweapons that actually use your DNA to kill a specific person? This is not fantasy, they are a reality. The U.S. House Intelligence Committee member cautioned that bioweapons using target's DNA to kill only that individual are being created. You can target a biological weapon that will kill that person or take them off the battlefield or make them simply inoperable. As long as you have the person's DNA, you can take their medical profile and make it happen. And here's where it affects you and me. Given the prevalence of DNA testing services where the customers voluntarily share their genetic mapping, the congressman said it was concerning that these weapons are being developed and it can actually use that information. Example for a company called 23andMe. And personally, I've never gotten my DNA mapped, but I have a lot of friends and family who have, or possibly you have too. And even though you've done this completely with just innocence of, oh, I want to see where my lineage comes from, now because of this, you could become a target. Another article, House Representative worried 23andMe will lead to bioweapons that kill specific people based on DNA. And remember, these weapons are already in the works. People very rapidly spit into a cup and send it to 23andMe, and guess what? Their DNA is now owned by a private company. And this article says some of the same stuff. The lawmaker makes feelings clear during an appearance on a security forum on Friday. He urgently warned that DNA bioweapons are created to target specific people, and companies like Ancestry.com and 23andMe make it possible by selling their genetic data. And another article too. We don't have to go through this one. Intelligence Committee members warn U.S. of bioweapons targeting DNA of individual Americans. They specifically say young Americans are too willing to give up their DNA info. I think most Americans are. Okay, so with that, I guess the question is this just speculation? Is this something we're looking at in the future? Or is it happening now? Because I know a lot of people spit in the cup to check their genetic profile. Are you in danger? Are you in danger of having a bioweapon against you? Or are you in danger of them using that DNA information against you? Let's look at this. From BioNews, baby's DNA secretly stored in NIH database. And this is a British article, even though we have this in the United States too. The DNA of up to 4 million newborn babies is being stored in hospitals without parents' consent. And it's simply because the moms are told, you know what, it's a routine heel prick test to make sure the babies don't have any type of genetic abnormalities like cystic fibrosis, sickle cell anemia, etc. And this is so prevalent that ACLU is involved. And if they get involved, you know for a fact that there's something serious, because this ridiculously corrupt organization, by the way, always tries to do civil liberties, not for the general people of the United States, but they're completely skewed and biased. A horrible organization, in my opinion. But here, look what they're saying. The police are using newborn genetic screening now to search for suspects, threatening privacy and public health. And it's from the newborn baby heel pricks that's actually giving them information to make this happen. This is not in Britain. This is the United States as well. What year is this? Clearly, this is 1984, where they're now using our DNA to basically store everything about us. All right, so 23andMe claims they're not selling the data. Baby heel pricks, that's the government done. What about all of you who spit in the cup with 23andMe or Ancestry.com? Are you basically in jeopardy or in threat? Look at this last article, and I hope this basically makes the hairs on your neck stand up. 23andMe user data stolen in targeted attack on Ashkenazi Jews. The genetic testing company 23andMe confirmed Friday that data from a subset of its users has been compromised. The initial data sample platform breached forums earlier this week, claiming it contained 1 million data points exclusively about Ashkenazi Jews. And I find it exceedingly interesting, nefariously interesting, by the way, that Ashkenazi Jews are targeted by this data breach, as we see so much happening right now in the world between the Middle East and Palestine and everything else. But listen, I'll be honest with you, even if you're not Jewish, even if you're not concerned about that part specifically, you should be concerned about 23andMe, Ancestry.com, your baby's heel prick, because it's not a fingerprint or a retinal scan, which we worry about that stuff as it is. This is literally your DNA that's being mapped and kept by the government or private companies and possibly sold or stolen, and they're continuing making bioweapons to target you specifically. This is the worst of the worst when it comes to simply weapons and singling people out. Simply put, this is genocide, or it very well could be if they use this information nefariously. So hopefully you haven't got this genetic testing done. But hopefully from this video, you'll really consider as far as having it done in the future, because I'll be honest with you now, there's no way I'll ever have it done. Thanks for watching.